I saw a post recently on LinkedIn from Jeff Toister making the point that customers actually want to speak to humans. And I think there's a degree of truth in that, but I don't wholeheartedly agree with the point that he's making. If I think about myself, I actually don't want to speak to a human. In fact, I'd be very happy if I never have to speak to a customer support line ever again. If I do reach the circumstance where I do need some support, I would much prefer that I can solve the problem myself in my own time when it suits me. Self-help solutions that actually work. If I get to a point where the self-help solutions no longer work, or I'm getting frustrated with the self-help solutions, then yes, I'd like to opt to speak to someone else. And if in that moment the company continues to make me try and interact with some AI or bot, I would absolutely be annoyed. So I think the takeaway message here for me is a couple of things. One, yes, when people want to opt for it, they should be able to talk to a human when they're ready and when they decide to make that jumping off point. When people make that jumping off point, it's probably going to vary based on customer persona. Me personally, it's the option of last resort, but perhaps for other customer personas, it's what they opt for early. But the power needs to be with me to make that decision, not the organization. And the last point here for me is that if you have a lot of customers like me, and I think the younger generations are probably going to be even more extreme in their viewpoint of this than I am, they're going to want to do self-help. And self-help is much lower cost to serve a customer, and if done well, provides a really exceptional customer experience. If I can't do it via self-help and I get to opt to speak to a human and I actually get to speak to a human, that also actually turns out to be a positive customer experience. You can optimize cost to serve and optimize your customer experience performance by paying attention to the experience in the customer support lifecycle. Letting people self-help when it's appropriate with good self-help solutions that actually work. And then when they need to, opt to speaking to a human and not forcing them to go via a bot.